everybody. I think we're live. I hope we're live. So sorry for the delay. This is our first live from the Bourbon Room live streaming event. This is really strange watching myself on my computer because I can see the weird delay. Okay, so anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I'm very excited today. Our first guest for Live from the Bourbon Room Hollywood is Miss Savannah Pope. She is amazing. I can't wait to see her on stage. So just so you guys know how this is gonna work, she's gonna play a few songs and then we're gonna do a little interview, and in between we're gonna do some Q&As. So definitely get your questions ready in this little chat because I'm gonna be asking her questions. I'm gonna be chatting when she's changing in between sets. You and I are just gonna chat together. So this is gonna be really, really super interactive and I'm really stoked. So without further delay, let's take it to Miss Savannah Pope on stage. I'm very excited to see her perform, and this is Miss Savannah Pope.
Baby, can't you hear me, guys? I'm coming to you from that night. Oh, these are my secret noises. Talk straight into the void. This is what I got to pretend for. My red through and one shot guitar. And the whole keeps breaking down on the outskirts of this burning town. Oh, smoking for your day to feel everywhere inside. Out here where the freeway comes to die. So I reach you out to Boyle Heights, where the flying silver spikes. My man's got the best new place. I would go for easy rides and beat around the sheds I clean. So yeah, the love and style the scene. Just a couple exits up the left, yeah, past that burning color bright. Oh, shake the games, it's home stain. I'm classified. Out here where the freeway comes to die. But I don't wanna die. Oh no, on the freeway. I don't wanna die. Oh no, on the not the 101, and not the 405. To hell with the 170 over. I wanna stay alive. I don't wanna die.
And I'm back. That was awesome. That was amazing. This chick has some pipes. So before she gets off stage, I just want to say thank you to the Bourbon Room Hollywood for hosting this awesome show. Definitely follow their socials because they're going to be putting on more shows that I'm not going to be hosting. So you're going to be able to find the ones I'm hosting, obviously, on my platforms, but follow Bourbon Room Hollywood on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. All of their social links are in the description of this live feed. So definitely follow them. But we got Miss Savannah from the stage. So
Hello.
everybody is loving your music.
Oh, awesome.
This is amazing. This is such a unique thing, being able to watch the feed and watch you guys. So just so you know, they are there.
Hello.
I am here. So first, let's take some of my questions. If anybody has any questions for Savannah, please ask them in this little chat. There's so many people saying hi. Mr. Chris Plyer, Chris P. from the Society is saying hi. He's very, very excited. So I just want to say that first. And Miss Brittany says that she loves your Xena outfit.
Thank you. Ooh, I hadn't thought about that. That totally works.
It's very Xena.
I always loved her boob knife.
You need a boob knife.
I need a boob knife.
You need like a little
It needs to kind of
quick
curve,
release.
right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Wow, this is so interesting. I hope you guys are liking this. Please give me feedback if you are super digging this, because this is fun. So you edit and direct your own music videos.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get inspiration for your content?
I mean, I'm really into painting and film. So, you know, like Terry Gilliam, I grew up being obsessed with.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything, kind of a lot of the post-World War I German and Austrian artists, and you can definitely see that in He Sees Me.
Yeah. I mean, literal paint.
Yeah, exactly. And it also, the whole final scene is modeled after The Kiss, the Klimt painting. And then, you know, like Otto Dix and Egon Schiele. And, and honestly, whenever I'm it usually happens when I'm in the studio recording a song, I'll start to get some imagery, and I'll just write it down. I'll jot it down really quickly.
Cool.
And,
Awesome. All right, so you told me that you got sent to a school for naughty teenagers. What did you do?
Oh, God. You know, I've had anxiety and depression and OCD for as long as I can remember.
Team us.
Yeah. And I didn't know. So I was just really sad and angry, and I didn't do anything like illegal necessarily. I was just running away all the time. And, you know,
being a naughty teenager.
Getting fucked up, and my parents never knew where I was.
Gotcha. I was hoping you like set a car on fire or something crazy.
No, I just was like very difficult to find. I was kind of a little runaway.
Gotcha. So they locked you up in your little wayward school.
Yeah, exactly, where they could keep track of me. Yeah. It was a wild time. I don't think most of those places don't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, they probably got locked down or shut down with all the world changing a little bit.
Yeah.
So you also told me that you climbed 2 glaciers. What glaciers did you climb?
I climbed. God, I'm trying to fucking remember. I climbed one in New Zealand.
Oh, cool.
Which was I honestly cannot remember what it's called. And then the other one I think was called Mount Cotopaxi in Ecuador.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love New Zealand. I haven't been to Ecuador, but New
It's
Zealand
wild.
is beautiful. Is it South Island, the glacier? It's got to be. It's cold down there.
I don't know, I was a kid.
You just flew there and climbed.
Yeah. My friend and I, when I was a young teenager, we did like a bike ride across New Zealand because
cool.
my dad worked in Australia. My dad's a photographer.
Cool.
So he would kind of move around, and I'd be on location. My friend and I went to New Zealand and biked across, and
amazing.
Yeah.
Travel is the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take some questions from these people. Most people are just praising you. Everybody's saying how amazing your voice is.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's so good to play in a venue and play live.
Like feel like a band again.
Oh God, it feels so good. And I mean, it's a little odd not having the audience here, but
yeah,
still, like with the lights and getting to, I mean, the Bourbon Room stage is so incredible.
Yeah,
so
it is amazing.
Yeah,
it is very strange to like watch something and want to be like, yay, and be like the only person in the audience.
Yeah.
So Angel is asking, will there be any future collabs? I don't know if that means between us, between you and other people. Do you have any collabs in the works?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm kind of always collaborating with people, just in terms of like songwriting and recording. So yeah, definitely. In terms of the specifics, I try not to give anything away before it's you know, right on the horizon. But yes, that's kind of always a thing for me.
So follow Savannah's socials and follow my socials, and you'll see both of our collabs.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it is time for your next 2 songs. I'm very excited.
Right.
So I'm gonna let her go and change. And we're just gonna chat for a minute while she changes and gets ready. So, okay, yeah, so Angel said with her music. So yeah, Angel, if you want to see what future collabs she is doing, definitely follow her socials. Her socials are also, sorry, motorcycle. Her socials are also in the description box below for all of these things. So Chris is very excited for He Sees Me. I'm very excited for that too. This song has been in my head. I watched her music video a couple of times. If you haven't seen her music videos, watch them because they are amazing. But this song has been in my head forever. And it is not coming next. It's a little bit down in the set. But without further ado, let's get some more Savannah Pope. Here we go.
You are gold. You have learned not to trust. Don't go bitter. Don't grow cold. You are a superstar. Don't let them steal that away. You are a superstar. Shine every night, every day. Torn from the heavens, wings of promise, feet of clay, warm, bloody, senseless. No one heeds what you say. And now transformation, yeah, cosmic stuff starts a new race. Shine, shine, bright my love. Put particles in their place. And I'm a superstar. Don't let them steal that away. You are a superstar. Shine every night, every day. You light up the night, queen of space.
I hope you guys are enjoying this live show. It is actually fun for me to actually be able to finally watch live music. I know for you guys it's different watching it at home, but it's fun for me, and that's all that matters, right? Yay! So we're gonna have Savannah come back from the stage in a second. But for right now, I just want to do another plug for Bourbon Room Hollywood because they are freaking awesome. And just so you guys know, shows like this right now are not funded by anybody except people watching them. So if anybody wants to donate to our Keep Live Music Alive fund, the PayPal for Bourbon Room Hollywood is in the description below for this show. I think it's Bourbon Room at something or other. It's in the description below. So if anybody even wants to donate like $1 or $2, that would be super awesome so we can pay the people behind the scenes doing the lights and the sound and all of that stuff and keep live music happening because we're doing these free on YouTube and we're not selling tickets. So that being said, Miss Savannah is back. She's made her way back up to me off of the stage.
Hello.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
This wig is giving me life. It's like Andy Warhol like times 100, a million.
Yeah. Like Andy Warhol if he didn't hate women.
Which would never happen. Okay, so let's do some more questions. We do have a couple from these people, but we're gonna do my questions first because this is my show and I say so.
You're the dictator.
So first of all, let's talk about your merch. We have some merch here, so
Yeah.
maybe you can like hold some of your stuff up for the camera to see. If anybody wants Savannah Pope's merch, where can they get it?
So my website is www.savannahpopemusic.com, whereas all my socials are at I am Savannah Pope.
Cool.
So yeah, I have some really cool merch. My merch store is just savannahpopemusic.com/store. Super easy.
Cool.
I've got these bitchin' t-shirts.
Awesome.
I've got these really cool first edition stickers, so they're actually collectibles.
I love that your little logo is your glasses in your eyes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, where did you get your glasses?
I get my glasses at different places. I go to
Vintage.
They're all vintage. They're all like from the 50s and 60s.
Everybody always asks me where I get my vintage glasses, and I'm always like, thrift stores. I
Yeah.
don't know, wherever.
Yeah, there is
So-
one place in LA that's incredible called Hotel de Ville.
Oh, cool.
And they've helped me because I have really, I don't know if you can see, but I have like very thick prescription. So they always help me.
That's
and
good.
They found incredible glasses.
Cool.
I have these little pop sockets that are really fun. You put them on your phone and they can hold your phone up. I do signed photos, which I'll do one for you.
Cute. I
I'll do
love
one for you
it.
today. I
Yeah.
always sign in gold ink because
Nice.
that's my deal.
It looks better anyway.
Yeah. I've got these posters.
Sexy lady.
Me as like a sort of Japanese water demon.
I like it.
And then I have these t-shirts as well, which is like, you know, the fun logo shirt.
Little Rocky Horror
It's like-
inspired.
Yeah, kids always like this one. I always
Yeah.
get like kids buying this
I
one.
like it.
Um,
Cool. So if you
So,
want
yeah.
Savannah's merch, go check out her websites and her merch store.
yeah.
Oh,
I also have, I'm sorry,
Oh, that's
I also
okay.
have signed first edition CDs. So if you want to
Cool.
order one of those, you can customize what I want to put on them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so everybody is loving your merch. McCrystal says, I want all the merch. If you want all the merch, go get all the merch.
Yeah.
Okay, so a bunch of people were asking what your influences are. And I always feel like, oh, that's such a boring question. I don't want to ask. But everybody wants to know. So tell us what your influences are.
Oh, I mean, the biggest one's probably Bowie. Just in terms of, you know, visually.
I feel your Bowie
and-
vibes.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Queen's a big one. Like I said, film and art are big influences for me. I'm really big into lyricism, so also magical realism has influenced me a lot, like Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And the music I grew up on, just in terms of my voice and what really, you know, I always get the like, oh, the
Heart.
Ann Wilson
Yeah.
thing, but I mean,
Somebody in here said that.
I honestly didn't start listening to Heart until after I started performing.
I mean, your voice sounds like your voice.
Yeah.
So-
No, it's just funny because I get that comparison a lot, and I'm like, I didn't even start listening to them until I started
Yeah.
getting that comparison, and I was like, oh yeah.
It's just that like wailing, like
I
rock
thi-
babe voice.
I think it's rare that you find women who sing super hard and high without going to like full scream.
Or like super falsetto.
Yeah. So, but Joni Mitchell was like
somebody
my
in here
first-
said, I think Bowie and Queen are influences in maybe Joni Mitchell. So Dame Brooke must be one of your fans because they already knew.
Yeah, Brooke's amazing. I love Brooke.
Yeah, and Chris Plyer is saying the same thing. So your people know you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wants to know who makes your wigs, costumes, headdresses, and such.
I make a lot of my own costumes. My wigs are, I usually go to Wigs of Hollywood, which is like down the street.
I love that
from my-
place.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, they're so good. And then this one, I can't even remember where this one's from. I'm wearing it wrong. You're supposed to wear it front-wise, but I like it.
Is it backwards?
It's sideways.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
I like it that way.
Yeah, I like the vibes.
And this I got at the throw. I got at the swap meet on Fairfax.
Oh, we were just there. Well, not just there. Before
Yeah,
the
before the world was
quarantine.
fully on fire.
Okay, so we are moving right along. We want more of Savannah's music, so we will get to more of your questions. I just flung a hair off my hand. After this set, but she has to get off of here to get her next
Rock on, guys. See you in a
costume
sec.
on. Okay, so this is super fun. There's so many questions for Savannah. This is great. So, okay. So like I said, definitely keep supporting live music. If you guys can, help support Bourbon Room. Even if you can just go follow Bourbon Room and help us grow these awesome shows and keep them going and keep them alive because I miss music. Please help fund me be able to watch music live from the Bourbon Room and hang out with you guys. Okay, so looks like Miss Savannah is ready to roll. So I'm gonna have her take it away.
He knows me. this wine turns me out so rude every time. It's just right when you say you're mine. I'm not really here, alive, but I disappear. For I have learned to drink time like mercurial wine from the atmosphere. The pain that kept me awake proved too much a beast to placate. A new for sanity's sake, I swim through a golden and blue outer space. Once in a while, I lay eyes on you, so mangled and used by the sea. Well, it's just like you told me. People are mean, and you're such a human being. By those wicked hands, should have known you'd be the man who'd leave me to die. But Lazarus and I can withstand. No, I change it all with my mind. A creature of my own design. Now woman, no beast, my cells cannot cease to expel all that you understand. And someday I'll pass you, half dead on the street, treated like you treated me. Don't say I never taught you about humanity. Oh, you're such a human being.
actually had it in my head before this even started. So there you go. Now it can be in all of your heads too. You'll probably get the other songs in your head as we go. But for this little break, Miss Savannah is not going to come off stage because we want a longer interview section after the last one instead of kind of having to try to rush her off and on the stage. So she is changing right now, so you're just going to have to hang out with me instead. Mr. or Miss J. Harrison, I did see you retract your spelling error. Don't think you can get away with it, but we all wish that we could sing like Savannah. Her voice is absolutely incredible. So I hope everybody is having an awesome day. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. I hope everybody is having a good time with me doing this. How many of you guys have poured yourself a drink? How many of you guys are dressed up? It was actually fun to get dressed up today because I've been in pajamas for so long that it was nice to feel like a normal human. If you guys want in the future to do like a dress up party and maybe have like a contest of who looks the fanciest for our future lives, please let me know. That would be something that I would be super into. Chris, you are welcome for me hosting. This is absolutely my pleasure. I am having a blast. So it looks like Miss Savannah is ready for this next song. This is another one of my favorites. So without further ado, Miss Savannah Pope.
I've been on my own.
amazing. I love these costumes. Savannah is amazing. So for Joey saying that you're jealous of all the camera crew watching this live right now, there are literally 3 of us in this room. So it is me, my faithful and loving boyfriend, Mr. James, who is the camera person, the sound person, the streaming person. There's a reason he's my boyfriend. And then there's another person in here that's a producer. So that is it. This is a very low-fi, hi-fi production. But Miss Savannah is coming up the stairs to see me in this amazing outfit. I hope your headdress fits on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody from the UK has said that they hadn't heard of you until I posted about the Bourbon Room, but know that you have a huge new fan in the UK.
Oh, awesome.
So there you go.
Awesome.
Frankie.
I love the UK. I really want to play there.
Yeah, so Frankie, join her group. I see Chris is trying to get you in on it, so
Yeah.
join that.
Yeah, I have a little private group for like my diehard fans.
Do you have a name for your fans?
Creatures.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so fitting since you just played Creature.
Yeah.
I feel like
Tismet.
the universe just, yes, exactly. Okay, so let's get back to some of my questions. So
Okay.
first, before we get into normal questions, I told Savannah earlier, I was like, no, just kidding, I'm gonna do this live. So she has no idea what's coming. So I'm doing this new thing and it's rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set my timer and you have 1 minute
All right.
to answer as many of these questions as possible.
Okay.
As fast as you can, just the first thing that comes to your mind.
I'm like a little out of breath already.
Actually, we're gonna do 45 seconds. I'm gonna put the pressure on.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
If you could be a snack food, what would you be?
Doritos.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Fun, fabulous, fucked up.
All F's. Name something you can't do.
Math.
Say good day, mate, in an Australian accent.
I might.
Is it wrong for a vegan to eat animal crackers?
No.
Favorite city?
London.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Breakfast for dinner.
That's me too.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion trend you hate?
Uggs.
Oh, Sam. What is your weakness?
Nutella.
Best Halloween costume you ever had?
So actually for a show, I was a lobotomized mental health nurse. So I had like my brain out and it was dripping blood. And...
We're out of time! I only didn't get to 2 of them, so that
Okay.
was really good.
All right.
How do you feel? Did I put the pressure on?
Yeah.
You come off stage sweaty and then I make you more sweaty with my rapid fire questions.
Yeah. I'm glad there's AC in here. Thank you, Bourbon Room. Thank you.
We spare no expense for our guests.
Yes.
Okay, so has Savannah heard of the Beetlejuice musical and what does she think? I feel like it's right up her alley.
I've only heard of it because I've never seen it, but I did like a cabaret show this past Halloween and somebody did a song from it and I was like, oh, there's a Beetlejuice musical.
Cool. How was the music?
It was pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of such a thing. I'll have to look into it too.
Apparently there's a Heather's musical too. There's a fucking musical.
I have
everywhere.
seen that there's a Heather's music. I mean, there has to be a musical for everything.
Yeah.
Rock of Ages here at Bourbon Room.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good.
There is
it's so
musicals
incredible, you guys.
for everything. Chris wants to know who is in the He Sees Me video. Who is that hot babe with you?
That is that's Brandon Wagner, who actually plays he's Big Bird in the international traveling company of Sesame Street Live.
What?
Yeah.
So you
Brandon's
got down and
amazing.
dirty with Big Bird.
I got down and dirty with Big Bird.
Wow.
Brandon's so sweet. He's such a gentle human being and so
Aw.
sweet.
So not an
and-
actual love interest.
No. Brandon, I believe, plays for the other team.
Oh, well, that's
Um,
even better then. You don't have to worry about him being creepy.
Exactly. It was
You
great.
can just get all
and,
over him.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I also don't mean to misgender. I know Brandon's comfortable with he, but
Oh, okay.
generally non-binary.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they're incredible, and it was really, really cool to work with them. I'm not a dancer at all. I have virtually no.
Is Brandon a dancer?
Brandon is.
Well, he's Big Bird. And
Yeah. Also, Brandon did some stilt walking for Pose.
Cool.
So Brandon was essentially showing me how to do everything, and it was sort of like doing trust falls because when somebody dips you or
Yeah.
like whips you around like that,
You have to trust their strength.
completely. So, Brandon's great.
Amazing. Okay, so let's get back into some more questions. So when you were on one of these glaciers that you climbed,
Mhm.
somebody next to you got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Well, it's, the last I heard he was, I kind of accidentally sort of joined a cult for a minute, and that was in Ecuador.
Naturally.
And we climbed to the top of that mountain in a rain of that glacier, and it's technically, I guess, no, actually, you know what? It wasn't the glacier, it was a volcano.
Oh.
I can't remember which was which. I think Cotopaxi might be a volcano, and the glacier was something else. But anyway, clearly I am not geographically incredibly
You just
informed.
climbed stuff.
I've climbed some stuff. My climbing days are over. But yeah, we did it in a rainstorm, and then at the very top, lightning started hitting and hit him. But because it was volcanic rock, it's super conductive. So as soon as he hit the ground, it just went straight through him.
Wow.
What was really fucked up though is that when we got to the bottom, it was his truck that had driven us up there, and he was like, "I'm driving. No one drives my truck." And I was like, "Dude!"
You're like, you steer, I'll do the pedals.
I was like,
Let me help you.
"Please, somebody else drive."
Well,
Dude.
I'm glad he's maybe okay out there. I'm glad he was
think
okay at the
so.
time. Okay,
Yeah,
enough
it's these
to
3
drive.
Ecuadorian brothers who live on a crazy farm out there.
Well, maybe it wasn't the first time.
Maybe not.
Maybe that's a thing.
Maybe that gave him his powers.
Okay, so what is your 5-year music plan? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
Ooh, I mean, like I said, I really want to be touring like the UK and the EU. I really want to tour like Japan as well. That's a dream of mine.
I feel like they would love you out there.
Japan's really fun, and I just love kind of the whole kawaii movement. And
I feel like this costume is very like Power Rangers Japanese villain.
yes. I know. I had somebody trolling me recently, and they were like, "You look like a Disney villain."
You're like,
And
thank
I was
you.
like, "Thank you
Why
so
am I
much."
that-
They always have the best outfits.
Yeah.
Like Disney princesses are basic as hell.
That's like when people are like, you look like a drag queen. I'm like, really?
Oh my god, their makeup's incredible. Yeah, so I want to do that. I mean, I want to be touring the world, and I also, it's a little, I mean, obviously I just want to be successful as a musician and get out there and, you know, have that be my life, which is, you know, it's starting to happen, and it's been really cool to just kind of watch people come in and be so supportive and buy my merch, and I honestly, for me, the most inspiring thing is, you know, like I said, I struggle with anxiety and depression, and you know, sometimes I write when I'm like fucking sobbing on a floor, like when I'm just a lump. And then I've had people write me and say like, "Oh, you know, I was feeling really suicidal, and your song helped me out." So like, that's the best feedback that I've gotten so
100%.
far, and like that conversion rate is awesome.
Yeah.
From me feeling suicidal to somebody not feeling suicidal is great.
Totally.
And then I also really want to do a fashion line of like all sizes, because I find that like
They stop.
even for like very funky clothing lines. And I'm not going to drop any names here. I mean, some people know I've written some open letters to some brands, but I think, you know, people of all body types are beautiful and should be able to express themselves.
And should be able to be funky.
Absolutely. Yeah, fashion is self-expression. I
Yeah.
think everyone should have access to it.
That's amazing. I love that. That's same with me, the feeling, the connection that you feel with the people that follow you. It's when I'm having a bad day, or I'm like, I don't want to put makeup on, or oh, I don't want to do this, or the trolls are getting to me. I'm like, those letters that you get from people that feel like you've saved my life in some way, definitely.
Yeah. Or just like that you made somebody's day better.
It's the little things.
It's great.
Okay, how long have you been singing, and what was your first time on stage?
I've been singing to records since I was a little girl. Like I said, I grew up to Joni Mitchell, so I just
Bopping around the living room.
yeah,
As much as you bop to Joni Mitchell.
yeah, just like languidly weeping. I mean, I've never really. This year, I went to a voice trainer for the first time, just because I was finding that my voice would be a little ragged at the end of like doing sessions and playing shows and
Wailing.
rehearsals. Yeah, just wailing, you know, because I go pretty full throttle.
Yeah.
But in general, I haven't really had any training. Like when I went to that voice coach, she was like, "Can you tell me where your diagram is?"
You're like,
And I was like, "You mean
isn't
the-"
that so you don't get pregnant?
Yeah, it was like, "You mean the device that Carrie's always talking about in Sex and the City?" I don't know what that is. Why would I have one of those?
You're like, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, it's from the 90s. So but my first time on stage was, I mean, properly, it was about 6 years ago. And it was when I was making like folk music, just kind of for myself, like these pervy, sad little folk songs. And I went to a friend's open mic. I was having a really hard time, And I got this odd feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I was like, I just have to go up there to get rid of the anxiety. I don't know
Wow,
what.
I feel like it's usually the opposite for most people.
I don't know, it just compelled me. I was like, I have
You
to
need
do
to be on
something.
stage.
I've got to, rip it off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went up and I just performed one of my songs, and the reaction was really incredible. And I just felt kind of like what I was saying with, when you get those letters from people, I just felt this incredible energy connection with people, and it was so riveting. It was such a high, and I just fell in love with it.
Yay!
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so we have time for one more question, and then Miss Savannah's gonna do her last song, and then we are done. This went so fast, and I'm very sad that it is over.
Yeah, make it juicy, guys. Last question.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, there's a couple in here. I'm gonna pick the best one.
Okay.
Lots of people accidentally joined cults in Ecuador. I feel you. Apparently, that's a thing.
Yes. So glad to know.
Okay, this is good. What's your favorite costume, and do any of them have names?
Ooh.
If they don't, they need to now.
They don't have names, but I do have this one costume that I played LA Fashion Week a couple of years ago. And it's got these like Gautier, this guy, Marcel Dujour, who's like a local super indie dude, indie fashion guy. He made this dress for me. And this crazy, obviously I'm into feathers, and he made this insane feather shoulder piece.
So both.
It was like 10 feet tall. And I had these Gautier
the cones,
tits,
nice.
and it was sort of like a Baroque ball gown meets like a weird 80s Gautier.
I love
kind
it.
of vibe.
So
Yeah.
if you could name this outfit, what would you name it?
With the spikes, I guess I feel like a Slayer in this.
Oh,
And thereby I
okay.
would name it after Buffy's weapon of choice, which is Mr. Pointy.
Mr. Pointy.
Yeah, Mr. Pointy.
Doesn't sound very intimidating, but sounds
Well, it's
amazing.
actually foam, so it can't hurt you.
Oh.
But it makes me feel powerful.
It looks powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, you look powerful without all this
Thank
stuff
you.
on anyway. Okay, so thank you guys for your questions. We are not done yet. We just are done with Savannah because she has to go put on her last show. And
Yes.
we will not be seeing her after. You guys will find out why once she performs this last song, which I'm very excited to see. So you go change. And let's see if there's anything in here that I can answer. Yes, she does definitely need to do theater for sure. So this is amazing. I feel like there's still so many people in here watching and hanging out with us. You babes that are Savannah's fans are obviously very dedicated, and I love that because I feel like my babes are very dedicated too. So I love a good diverse group of dedicated babes. All the babes. Okay, so I think it is time to throw it back. If you guys have any other questions for Savannah, definitely follow her on her social media. She is awesome at answering things because that is how I got to talk to her in the beginning. So I'm sure she would be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. She's super nice. She's not just nice on camera. I promise that she's not a jerk in real life. Yeah, so I think we are ready. We are ready. So here is Miss Savannah performing her last song of the day. This is Miss Moreau.
Explain like it's a bad thing. Well, I will slide up the long way. I will feel it cream from my tits, my knife raised to your face. All the pain you will see kills your old mind till you get high on my wrong ways. I made a unicorn, vivisection, porn creature. Oh, I fed you chloroform, shed your human form. Now you know I'm Miss Moreau. over me, like I ain't even there, as if I died. But I shoot life like a rocket. I make dream things, doctor so strange. Let the tongue get along. An amphibian so fair came from my mind. Now it fills my little socket. I made a dragon cry, opaque for making eyes, creature. And I fed you chloroform, shed your human form. Oh, I made a Puma pup, and then he ate me up, creature. No! So where you go? Now you know. Oh, now you know. Now you know. I'm this moon.
That was amazing. That is one of my most favorite songs. What a beautiful lady. What a beautiful voice. I am so honored to have been able to watch this show. So I just want to give a last thank you to the Bourbon Room Hollywood for hosting this live from the Bourbon Room Hollywood. Like I said before, if you guys want to see live music continuing, please consider donating. Their PayPal is in the description below. Like I said, there's not a huge crew here, but this is a big venue that has costs to keep it produced, and we want to make sure that we can keep bringing you these awesome shows. I have so many people in the works that want to be on the show that have amazing content. We've got some music, we maybe have some burlesque coming up. So if you want to keep seeing these things on my channel, definitely please donate and help this to keep moving forward. And like I said, follow Bourbon Room on all of their socials. Please follow Miss Savannah Pope on all of her socials. They will be in the description below here. You can search Savannah Pope on anything. She is verified on Instagram, so if you just type in Savannah Pope, I am Savannah Pope, comes right up. So again, thank you Bourbon Room for hosting. Thank you Miss Savannah Pope for performing. Thank you for the two people sitting in front of me that are technically making this happen. And thank all of you guys for coming and watching and asking awesome questions. I think the live Q&A part of this has been so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again. So with that being said, I guess we're done. That is it. Thank you for joining us, and please come and join us on the next one. I will see you guys next time.